Yeah.
I've been reading about neuroscience. You know what neuroscience is? Neuroscience is the study of the brain.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know the brain is all the signals that are in there are just tons and tons of electrochemical reactions, and they have no idea really what's going on, but they do tests, which I find very interesting. And of course, all of them take as a premise that people are their minds. It's an absolute, they state that, you know, in the beginning, so of course we all are minds, and our brain makes us everything that we are. But then they go on to, you know, refute themselves in that arena, and that almost all of our actions are completely unconscious. You know, like the way that people react in any given situation is like 100% sort of decided on before you have the ability to process um,
Yeah.
what has happened. And, you know, just based on, you know, when they do studies about, you know, things like discrimination or um, uh, things that you can barely perceive, but they flicker on really quick, subliminal kind of tests. It just is all this discovered that what they call unconscious behavior rules most of our actions. So much so that some people have, you know, some neuroscientists really doubt the idea of free will, you know, within that context. We just don't have any choices. Yet they say that we're nothing but our mind, but we have no free will. So what is this us that is the mind? I don't know.
Yeah, I would say the free will may seem to be there, but it's never really there. It may seem to be a free will for for the separate self, the imaginary separate self may seem to take certain decisions about life, where to go, what to do. But really, it's never, there's no separate self who's actually taking decisions. It's just everything appearing as a separate self taking decisions. So there's never really a separate self who can actually take any decision. Any desire that arises there is not for the separate self. It's just everything, appearing as a desire. So anything that seems to be enjoyed, there's no separate self who's actually enjoying. It's just everything enjoying. So that's why I always say you have never done anything. You will never ever do anything. You have never taken any decision. You have never thought of anything. There's no you to even do anything. There's just wholeness, everything, life, doing everything in whatever situation. Doesn't matter. So if it seems as if you regret a certain decision that you've taken, even that as well. Somebody who says, "Oh, I wish I could have taken another a certain decision, not this one, another decision, but that's one exactly. It's just this everything appearing as that, whether there is regretting or no regretting. So The message is no you. There's no real you who is a doer. There's just everything doing everything, or everything doing self.
Nisargadatta says that one of the problems with people is that the things that they think they've got control over, they have no control over. And the things that they think that they have no control over, they have control over. He said if people just knew how easy it was to do things, then they wouldn't have to run around with so much effort. I think he's talking about manifesting with the imagination. And well, I don't know what he's talking about. Manifesting somehow. But it does feel like that the only way to affect change is on some level outside of apparent control, through attention and prayer and that kind of thing, or even just seeing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it may seem as if there is somebody who's doing things who can actually take decisions or do this and that. But even when it's just there's just everything here. There's no one outside of everything to think about everything, to manage things, to
Yeah.
all thinking is just this appearing as thinking. All imagination is just disappearing as an imagination, you know. If there's somebody who's not getting it, it's just what is appearing not to get it. If there's somebody who's getting it, it's just this, everything getting it. So it doesn't really matter if there's just this getting or not getting. There's just this. It's just this. Everything is like this. There's no, even the movement, there's actually no movement, you know. The thinking itself is actually appearing in this as this. Wondering, planning, there's no doer. There's no doer who can be found doing anything. There's just nothing here. So there's no separation. Even what seems to be an imaginary separation is just no separation appearing instead. So this is just what is blinking, looking, listening, sitting, waiting, expecting, joy, peace, love. The one who says, I wish things could be different. It may seem as if that one is separate from this, but it's also this as well. What is appearing as that? Not accepting what is what is. Already. Accepting what is also what is. So it's just what is. So here, right now, there is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. It's just this. It's not even here. It's beyond any description. Yet what seems to be descriptions appear in it as it. It may happen to dream itself as a separate self, taking decisions, going through or taking a journey to a certain place, traveling, but it's still what is appearing as that as well. There can never be any separate self. You can actually go somewhere, take decisions, or move. You know, even this talking that seems to be happening is just this appearing as this talking. There's no separate somebody who's actually talking here. So talking, blinking, waiting, listening, wondering is just this. Questions including are included and answers, argument. So this doesn't go away. It's always here without any efforts. It's just here. It's very light. It's very simple, quiet, undisturbed, empty, weightless. The seeing itself, right now as it is, this seeing is not something that can be grasped. It's not something that can be seen. It's very light. It's very simple, very quiet. You can say peaceful, beautiful. It's not a human being. It's not somebody who's seeing. Somebody who's seeing is just an imagination also appearing in this. It is just seeing. It's not something, it doesn't have any content in it. It's just seeing. It's seeing without having a desire to gain something from what is being seen or to know something. It's just seeing. There's no judgment. There's no preferences. It doesn't see the other. It sees itself. So it doesn't mind itself. It doesn't mind what is being spoken because even the speaking is still itself. The speaking, asking questions, giving answers, wondering, confusion is still itself. So It doesn't mind what seems to be happening. It doesn't mind itself. Because what's happening or what seems to be happening is it's still itself happening. So this, it is already you, and you are it already. It is it that is talking right now. It is it that is listening. It is it that is thinking of a question to, to ask. It is it that is waiting. It is it that seems not to get it. It is also it that's getting it. So it doesn't really matter what seems to be happening or what's happening. Because what's happening is actually happening to nobody. But this has this. So this image is empty. There's no one in it. There's no one here. And it doesn't mind if it's, and this doesn't mind when the name is spoken, Kosi and Kosi. It doesn't mind, even though it knows itself is nothing. But it's at the same time, it's okay. Everything is okay. You can call it a chicken, a dog. No, it doesn't mind. A donkey, it's already nameless, formless, and empty. It is everything.
It's this bug that's crawling on my laptop.
And insects?
I said it's this bug that's crawling on my laptop. We've got a new kind of bug around here that we didn't have
Is
in
it
my.
big?
It's not small. They're kind of cute. They're called stink bugs. Apparently, they stink when you kill them.
Oh, those the green ones.
No, it's brown.
Oh, nice one.
They're cute. Say hi to
Oh yeah.
Nkosi.
Hi.
It's got kind of a nice pattern, and can't really
Mm.
see through the camera, but it's really got a pretty cool texture on the back. Yeah,
Oh,
well,
nice.
really neat. Put it
Uh,
here, in my
we,
teacup.
we, we do
Huh?
we do have these ones as
Oh,
well.
you do?
Yeah.
What do you call
Yeah.
them?
Just parks. Yeah.
I've never noticed that they stink. I don't know why they call them stink bugs. Have you noticed that they stink?
Yeah, they do. They stink. They
They
stink
do.
a lot. Even when you have not like touched it, so it stinks.
I didn't. I've never noticed they stink.
But the ones that stink like very like intense stinking,
Oh,
those
really?
green ones,
Hmm.
Those green ones, oh, have a terrible smell. I think it's how they defend themselves in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem very appetizing to the birds and so forth. Eat something that's stinky.
So you don't have those big ones, those huge ones, huge bugs.
How big is a huge one? How big? Show me with your hands.
Yeah, I think um almost the size of my fist
Really? Ugh.
with a horn, with a
No,
horn.
I don't think we have any of those. Well, sounds like a yeah, that's like a beetle. Yeah. Um, we call those beetles. We don't
Mm,
have that many beetles. Um,
right.
I'm sure there are on the continent fist-sized beetles somewhere. But you very rarely see a beetle. If you do, that's about that big, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, beetles with horns though are pretty cool. And yeah, they can get green and all sorts of interesting colors. Charlie Kremnick used to have a
yeah.
dead beetle collection.
Wow.
He'd find dead beetles around Iowa, and then he would put them in these little plastic cases. And his mother found the dead beetles and threw them out one day. He was really sad. I
Uh,
always envied his dead beetle collection because he was the older kid and cooler, you know.
I heard that we can also use those the wings of the beagle.
Yeah.
There's a shell that is above the wings. That shell. We can also use it for, I don't know, anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity?
Yeah. I think somehow it's levitates when you try to put them together. I heard that somewhere.
Oh, and oh, they're magnetic or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
They
Good for
say
you.
beetles they don't fly like birds. Birds they like use their wings, but
Hmm.
beetles they spread those wings, those shells, and then somehow they levitate.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, if you take a mouse from your house and you take it a kilometer away and drop it in a field and then run away real fast, the mouse will find its way back to your house. You have to take the mouse more than a mile away before it can't locate its way back to your house. How the hell does the
Wow.
mouse know? Nobody knows how the mouse knows. You know,
Yeah.
it's not going to smell your house a kilometer away, right? They think it has to do with like sensing the Earth's magnetic fields, or maybe even seeing the Earth's magnetic fields and using that
Yeah.
some sort of location device, like birds. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know many animals are very intelligent. And it goes to show that they're not just animals. No.
Or this.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, the bug escaped.
It's gone.
No, it's just escaped my trap for it. Just stay there, guy. I'll get you later. Creativity. Where does creativity spring from? Not the mind, because that mouse doesn't have much of a mind.
Yeah.
These bugs don't have much of a mind. The beetle doesn't have a mind. It's something
Yeah.
outside, and it's not just evolution. Evolution doesn't explain it. Did I ever tell you there's a beetle? There's a beetle that uh, lights its farts to make
Mm.
like a what do you call that? Like a flamethrower. That's a defense mechanism. It's figured out. It's got some sort of gaseous stuff, and then it makes some sort of spark with its front paws somehow.
Wow.
So if it evolved to do that, it would have to evolve to do those two things independently. Doesn't make any sense. There's got to be creative consciousness coursing throughout all the universe beyond what we ascribe to the mind.
Yeah. It is, I would say, it is the same consciousness. It is the same. It is the same this in every animal, every human being, every tree, you know. Sometimes we we say we become surprised when we see animals doing things that are usually done by human beings. But that goes to show that it's still the same consciousness or just this doing everything. Mm. The creatures that we think they aren't intelligent, but they are intelligent. They are intelligent. I remember one of the visions I used to have during the time I was uh, doing an intense meditation. I would see, I would see, I would see myself as myself. But when I would try to look at the reflection, like from the mirror or from the water, I would see something different. I would see maybe a. I remember last those one of those visions. Yeah. I would see myself as a bigfoot.
I do know
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
yeah. I would see myself as a bigfoot. Yeah, it would be a huge elephant, very tall. But you know, I was still myself. You know, I was still. I thought to myself, I was still like, oh, this go see, but only to find it. No, it was just a huge elephant. So what I'm trying to say is, or the other vision I had before. I don't know if it's the past memory or the past life or whatever. Uh, those little ones, that little beings, the with big heads.
Oh, dwarfs, midgets, or
Yeah,
dwarfs.
yeah, but Yeah, but from outer
Oh,
space, from somewhere.
from outer space.
Yeah, I saw myself with I saw myself as a little being with those antennas moving around. Uh, but when I was not like when I was not looking at the mirror or from the reflection, I thought that it was still this body, only to find that I was in another body. And the one who claims to be my mother came towards me with the same body, 4 feet tall, big eyes, antennas moving. And she claimed that she's my mother. We have been away from home for quite some time. Then she would like to show me where I come from, all those things. So what I'm trying to say is, it's still the same this, or you can call it whatever, in everybody, you know, in a monkey, an elephant, chicken, beetle, bugs. So that bug is your own self.
Yeah.
Mm.
Donald Trump. That bug and Donald Trump. Oneself.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when Christ said, "Love yourself as you love your neighbor," or "Love your neighbor as you love yourself," because your neighbor is still yourself.
You can see people thinking, trying to be ethical to the point where there's no difference between themselves and their neighbors, or trying to make exceptions to the love your neighbor as yourself rule. They just didn't get it. It's quite a bit lost in translation there with Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about, yeah, it's not about making an effort to love your neighbor. It's just
Yeah.
happens naturally when you know your true self, your true identity, what you really are. Then loving your neighbor is effortless. It doesn't. Mm.
I've heard Eckhart Tolle translate the phrase namaste. You know the phrase namaste?
I say God in you.
I see good in you. I
God.
I've heard I see God in you. I I've heard
Mm.
him say it's like, you know, the oneness in me recognizes the oneness in you or something, you know, or the God in me recognizes the God in you. I think that's closer to what love your neighbor as yourself
Yeah.
without the love part. The love part's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. It's I would say when this what is recognizes itself that it has never been the body, you know, that's when it is seen That's, you know, how can it not love itself? If all there is is itself, so loving itself is natural. It's not it's not about making an effort to, you know, to try to guide what to guide yourself, to control the situation.
What I feel is when I get uh there sometimes, it's not even like it's not a thought, it's seeing, you know, it's the recognition, a wordless, loving recognition. Yeah.
Do, do you notice that? Do you notice that during that time, uh, what is being spoken, whatever word it may seem to arise, it doesn't matter. It's meaningless. You can say consciousness, God, this, what is, all those are meaningless because it's wordless. So it's already here. It's nothing. So there is no effort to get to it because it's already here by itself without meditation, without trying to be there. It's already here. It may happen to dream itself as a separate self in a journey trying to find itself. Then it recognizes that it has never been the separate self, it has always been itself. Well, that's a play. That's a play. That's how it plays. It is already here without imagination, without imagining to be somebody, without imagining the tomorrow, future, yesterday. It's already here. It doesn't require any efforts. It's already here. Even what seems to be looking evil, it's already here without doing anything, without searching, without meditation, without thinking, even before thinking. It's effortless and obvious to itself, not to somebody. That's why the teachers usually say, don't make any efforts to be anything or to become anything. Do nothing. And just be. So it's, in a way, it can be noticed. Mm. Simply notice, because it's here already. It's already here. In a way, you can feel, it and just simply notice it. Feel and notice with your heart. It's wordless. There's no finding it because it was never lost. It's never lost. It's here. Even in the midst of arguments, war, frustration, it's already here. Doesn't move, doesn't go away. It's formless, everywhere present. There's nothing. There's no one to get it because this just it. It's already here without trying, without thinking, without waiting. It's already here without searching. That's not to say searching, seeking is wrong. No, there's no wrong right here. If seeking is appearing, if there's a desire that appears to seek, then it's okay. That seeking may go on and on and on until the desire to seek doesn't arise anymore. So there's no wrong or right. Everything is allowed to be as it is without judgment. It doesn't have preferences. But what seems to be preferences may arise, may seem to arise, may be seen as just appearances. So it doesn't really uh, need the body for it to be what it is. It's just here with or without the body. So it's not a human being. It's not a man or a woman. It doesn't have any gender. It's genderless, spacious, and empty. And this seeing right now, it doesn't have any gender. It doesn't say, oh, I'm a female, I'm a male. This seeing as it is, alone as it is. It doesn't have any gender. It's not a human being. It's not a man or a woman. It's not a thing that can be pointed to. It's just seeing. It's spacious and empty. So a story may be seen as just clouds moving in a blue sky, floating. White clouds may be seen, brown clouds, green.
Those must be African clouds.
When there's an intense thunderstorm, we see those colors, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nkosi. It was a hectic
Yes.
day.
For you,
Conversation, tripping over each other. Yeah, just
yeah.
lots of work and lots of ideas and personalities and oh,
Mm.
this was nice.
Mm. Did you enjoy it?
Tonight or today?
Yeah.
I enjoyed tonight and today.
Okay. Wonderful.
I enjoy most
How is
things.
Melissa?
Doing well. She didn't tell me about your conversation, but she said tonight that it really helped. So that
Mm.
was good. Yeah.
Wonderful. Mm. And and the two kids?
Finding their way seem okay, but
Mm.
trying to find jobs and that kind of thing and stuck in their
Mm.
heads
Yeah.
as to be expected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful kids though. Beautiful beings. On my other monitor here, I've got the picture of the forest you liked. Took.
Oh, wonderful. Very clear.
Yeah. I've been going out there
Very
every day.
clear.
Every day I can.
Yeah.
Walk maybe 20 minutes and sit for half an hour and then come back. It's just so it ends up taking quite a while, but just goes by so fast. The time in the forest is
So
just
it
amazing.
is mm, it's still winter there.
Yeah, it's winter here, but it doesn't get very cold where I am right now. Well, I mean, it gets sometimes it gets kind of cold. So it's been like 50 degrees. So in the mornings, it's been about, let's see. It's been about 10 degrees Celsius. So
Mm.
not too cold. Just a jacket like this is usually okay.
Mm.
But even when it was real cold, I'd go out. I didn't mind, the crisp air. It's just so amazing out there, the wetness of the air and sometimes there'd be ice. Sometimes there'd be ice in the morning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's that freshness when you smell.
But in the summer, it gets hot here. In the morning, it should still be cool, but it's probably going to be, 100 degrees. It's probably going to be, what is that, 36 or something? Uh, yeah, get up to 36, 37, 38 degrees in the summers here.
Yeah.
How hot does it get there? How hot is it there now?
Uh, yeah, it's usually 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 32, 29, 27. But it's very hot. It's very, very hot. It's very hot.
So that's like 30 during
But
the
it,
day.
during the day, it starts like when in the morning it's 22, may say 22 degrees. And then when it's about 12 o'clock, then it becomes 30. Oh,
Well, do you have any
yeah.
air conditioning?
No, we don't have here. We use fans. Yeah, we use
Is there any
fans.
sort of like community centers for when it gets really, really hot? Any places where people can go for group cooling?
No. Yeah. Even right now, it's very hot. I've been using a fan, but when we have a meeting, somehow it's hearing the noise. Yeah, makes it not good anyway.
So you turn the fan off for the meetings?
Yeah,
Yeah, I find fans very distracting. I'd rather be hot than have the noise of the fan.
yeah, it's very loud.
So right now it's 24. Yeah, it's pretty hot there right now. I just checked
Yeah,
online. They say
very
that
hot.
with climate change that one of the biggest problems is not how hot it is during the day, but it'll stop getting cooler at nights.
Mm, yeah,
So you never get a break. You know, the body never gets a
yeah,
break.
yeah. It's true because when you're sleeping, the body sweats. A lot. You wake up wet. All of your body wet. Even the bed is wet. Because it's very hot.
And then you get dehydrated. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot, a lot. That's why I always have a glass of water, a cup of water, just to drink.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Talk to you next week. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll upload the video tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I did work. Uh, I worked on that last video you sent, and then I posted it on my YouTube channel. It's got as well good responses. Yeah, many people love it. Love it so much.
Yeah, the
Do
last
you
one I
do you
think,
usually see it?
well, it comes up because I'm tagged in it. or my pictures in it or something. I don't know. It always is recommended to me on my TV. So watch YouTube at night and the kids look up and say, "What is that you?" No, that's not me.
No. Yeah.
I say, yeah, I talk to this guy in Africa every week and hundreds of people watch the videos and they look at me like, what the?
Yeah, I've been viewing the percentage of people who are watching it in America, in United States. The percentage is very high, and the second place is Canada, United Kingdom, and the last one is Canada. Yeah. So
Oh, that's cool. That's great. How the hell did the people in the United Kingdom find you? Who knows?
yeah, they would send me at times they would send me messages, you know, thanking me, s- every day, like every day, throughout the day. They like it when the new videos are being posted as well. They're always waiting for the new videos to be posted.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, this one was a really good one, so they'll really enjoy it. Right off the bat, you were hot. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Say hello to your auntie for me. Take care,
Okay.
Uncle.
I'll do just that.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.